welcome to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see on my channel and become part of this beautiful, getting big family, of course. I want to thank every single one of you for your support, your loving words, and your encouragement, your requests, suggestions. Thank you so much. I also would like to mention I do have a private crochet group. If you're interested to come and be with our beautiful queens there, you're more than welcome as long as you have a profile. Also be aware, a lot of the groups have a lot of scammers on there trying to sell you patterns, which are not true. It's fake, and they have a lot of bit and cut links on it. Be careful of that. I also have a crochet page. You can follow me. It's all under the same name, Crochet Art Tutorials by Maggie Lopez. Also have Instagram and TikTok. You could always follow me through there if you're stuck in one of the projects. It's much easier to get a hold of me through there, through the messaging, than just the back and forth on YouTube. I want to thank everybody that has been supporting the women in need of thread. Thank you so much. And if you're considering, I hope you do, any little amount counts and it adds up at the end. There is a little bag right below the video that says thanks. You can donate through there. That's through YouTube. They take 30% off of whatever you're donating. Or you can send it to my PayPal account. It's below in the description box. Or if you have tons, or not even tons, but you have some thread and you'd like to give it away, you can always get a hold of me. There's my email, or through the messaging, like I mentioned, I can give you their address and you can send it to them yourselves. Thank you so much, everybody. So a lot of you ask me about my threads. My threads are 100% cotton threads. These are Portugal threads. I am in Europe, Portugal, and the island of Madeira. And my threads go by number, not by name. So like in this orangey color, this is number 17. On the purple, 38. And on the yellow, canary yellow, 16. So they go by numbers. They're $12 a ball. That's like 325 yards, okay? Usually I use a 2.5. hook 3 or 3.5. They're similar to Aunt Lydia number 3 in size, but Aunt Lydia number 3 is a little bit bigger. So your patterns automatically become bigger. I also want to mention, if your tension's too tight, use a hook or two bigger than your normal size so your tension can loosen up. And if it's too loose, then go a hook or two size smaller so your tension can tighten up. It will look prettier. Okay, so let's get started. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video and subscribe if you haven't. All of these things are for free and it helps us creators tremendously, not just for myself, but I speak for many others that also need your help through this. Please, I ask of you, when you are not happy about certain patterns or you don't get it, we don't always get all the patterns we see, including myself when I'm creating them. I don't always get what I'm creating. Don't be frustrated and don't take it out on the creators. Some, not all, of course, a couple, a few, have left me already several nasty comments. It doesn't fit you, just move on to the next video or the next person. A few I had to block out of my channel completely, and a few I've left on there to give them a second chance. Please be kind to others and to yourselves, of course. We didn't come into this world knowing every little code or detail about anything as far as crochet or anything else in life. We learn as we go, and you're part of that learning process. So don't beat up on creators and don't beat up on yourselves. Just go with the flow. If it does for you, well, then good. And if it doesn't, then move on. It's not meant to be for everybody. A certain pattern, sometimes it could be easy, very easy for somebody, and it could be very difficult for somebody else. Don't be hard on yourself. And please be kind with your words, not just for myself, but for many others, because I could imagine if you could leave that sort of comment for me, I could imagine how many comments you have left already for somebody else too. Just be nice, please. Okay, it costs nothing, and kindness goes a long way. We're just human and passing through this world. Nothing belongs to us. We're not here forever. And, we don't want to have bad karmas as we're here going through this journey. So I send you much love, healing, and blessings. Okay. Okay, everyone. So I've been requested to do like almost a diamond shape pineapple. And I've tried to see if I can find something similar and change up the stitch a bit, but I've been having a hard time. So I decided to create my own. And of course, I have a mistake on this one here, as you can see. So I've started cutting down to the last one here into one. Of course, you can go the length you like, and you can see I started cutting down from here, where in reality, it's supposed to be more down here where we have these 4 double crochets. So I guess I wasn't paying attention. So I missed 2 rows. It's supposed to be down on this second one that I was supposed to start. We have 2 lines here, as you can see. And this one we have quite a bit of lines, right? But that's part of the creation. So I'm going to try to do it, the tutorial, and create it here with you. Hopefully I can get it right, but I think it's a beautiful pattern. And I'm sure there's very many similars to it. Everybody has their own technique and their own touch to it. So I'm trying to have my own technique and touch to it, of course. And of course, it doesn't always work out, and sometimes it does perfectly. So I'm going to try to fix that. And the good thing about it is, so we start with 1 pineapple, and then 2, and then 3, then 2, and then you can go 3 again, then 2, then 3. You can go the length you'd like. I'm going to make just a smaller version. So then eventually later on, up on, I guess, requests, then I'll see if I'll go into the bigger version. I'm also going to change up a bit. I don't like this here, so I think instead of doing a 2 chain like I did, I'll do 1 chain to get them more like, closed up together. So let's see how well I can do this. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the newcomers. I hope you enjoy the channel and be part of it by subscribing. It's free, and please give a thumbs up on the video. It's extremely important. Also would like to mention that at the edge you could always put a tassel, I think that's what you call it, with a bunch of little strings or whatever design you feel like, and have a beautiful pattern going through. Okay, so let's get started, everyone. I will be using a 4-ply 100% cotton thread, 2.75 hook, a small one to tuck in loose ends, and a pair of scissors. Not sure yet what color I'm going to use, but I'll come up with something, right? So for the purpose of the video, I'm going to use this color. This is like an orangey orange, I guess. Here in Portugal, we use not by name of colors, but by number. So this is number 17. These rolls are 100 grams. They go for $12, minimum order of 6, with shipping included. Okay, so let's get started, everyone. So I'm going to do the magic circle, but you can do a 4 to 5 chain if you'd like. I'm going to do 1 chain. I'm going to come back and do a single, 2 chain. That's my first double crochet. Coming back in and doing another double crochet. Chain 2. And again, I'm going to do another 2 double crochet, 2 chain, and 2 more double crochet. 2 chain again, and my 4th group of 2 double crochet. Okay, so I'm going to pull onto that string. We don't have to completely tie it so much, but enough, right? Going to turn around, and I call it the walk, as most of you know, with a slip stitch to the center of that 2 chain, doing my single 2 chain. So this is created only with 2 double crochets, okay, not 3. I know that a lot of times we do the 3, we want something different. So I'm going different. 1 chain space inside of here. I'm going to start off, since I made the mistake on the other one, I'm going to start off with 3 double crochet. Actually, no, I'm going to start off with 2 double crochet. So I'm changing again a bit at the beginning and at the end, see if it falls better. And 1 chain space, 2 double crochet, 2 chains. So we're creating the shells of 2 double crochet. This is row 2. Turn around. We're always going to do the walk with slip stitch into the center, single, 2 chain. Shells are always of 2 double crochets, 2 chain space between the 2 double crochets. 1 chain. I'm going to come in the center here of the 1 chain space I did with 1 double crochet. So we're increasing now. We're going to have 4 double crochets here on the center, 1 chain, and again do your shell of 2 double crochets, 2 chain, and 2 more double crochets. We're going to turn around. We're going to do the walk again. Single 2 chain in the center of the shell, of course. So shells always stay the same until the end. Of course, we'll be making some changes because we're starting with 1 pineapple. So increase again where I have that 1 chain and then 1 on top of each double crochet. So you should have now 6 double crochets, 2, 4, 6, 1 chain. So do again your shell, do the walk, turn around, do your shell one, and then we're coming in the next one. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 5 rows, increase 1 in the center. I'll come to you. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on the 4th row, so I will come to you once I am finished with my 5 rows of these increases. Okay, everyone, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 row of increase. That means I have 6 rows altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the increase is always in the 1 chain. Now, we're going to start to decrease, okay? So single, 2 double crochet, 2 chain, 2 double crochet, and again 2 chain and 2 more double crochet. So we'll have 3 because we're going to start adding the second 2 pineapples, okay? 1 chain. I'm skipping the first one, coming into the second, doing the decrease, 1 per stitch. We don't do the first and we don't do the last. We're also going to do those 3 groups on the last one. Okay, so we don't do the first, we don't do the last. 1 chain. And now do your 3 groups of 2 double crochet, 2 chain space between them. Okay, turn around. And come inside of the first one with single and 2 chain. So I have my first shell here. Two chain and my second shell. Two chain, skip the first, we're still doing the decrease. Oof, I did 2 chain, not 2 chain, 1 chain, sorry. Sometimes, you know, you just forget, you're so used to doing 2 chain on everything that so we have 2, 4, 6, 1 chain, and now create your exact same thing, your 2 shells and 2 chain space between them. Okay, so now we're going to turn around again, doing the walk with slip stitch to the center, create your shell, and we're starting the foundation of the 2 pineapples. So it's like we're doing the increase on the pineapples. 1 chain. Coming into center here, I'm going to do those 2 double crochets exactly how I started here. 1 chain, and again, do your shell. One chain and decrease. Skip the first double crochet and we don't do the last. So we have 4 double crochets, 1 chain, and repeat what we've done here on this one. So I've turned around, so I've done the same thing as I've done on the other side, doing the slip stitch, creating my shell again, single 2 chain, 2 chain space, and 2 more double crochet. So 1 chain. Basically, we're doing the increase exactly how we did the first one here. Okay, and you will have to repeat the same thing on the other side. So 1 chain space and create your shell. One chain, come into the second double crochet. Obviously we're decreasing, so we have 2 double crochets on the pineapple here. 1 chain and repeat what you just did on the other side. It's a little bit different because usually we do the pineapples with 3 chain and then in. So you know me, I like to create difference. So don't get me wrong, it's beautiful too the other way, right? It's just to have something different, you know. We like different. Why not? You know, people will come to our house or you're giving it as a gift and they'll say, oh, wow, this is different pineapple than usual, you know. Okay, so now turn around, do your shell, Your increase are on each chain, because we are building the second pineapple. And then you'll have 6 double crochets, 1 chain, do your shell, and I'll meet you here at the shell. So I've done my increases. I have 2, 4, 6, done my shell. I'm going to do my 1 chain, and I'm coming in on the next shell. And we're going to repeat exactly what we just did here. Okay, 1 chain, and do your increases. Now, for sure, somewhere in the world, maybe somebody has come up with the same thing. I don't know. But this is out of my own head, so who knows? Maybe there is somebody that thinks like me, right? So we're going to turn around. We're going to do the shell. 1 chain, do the increase, double crochet over double crochet. 1 in here, 1 chain, and then the shell. And I'll meet you here back at the shell. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, going into row 12. Okay. Okay, so this row 12, again, I'm doing 1 chain coming directly into the next shell. And then repeat the same thing on here, the increase. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do the 5th row, and then we start decreasing again. So continue to do the increase here, turn around, do your shell, 1 chain, your increase again, your shell, 1 chain, and the shell. But I'll meet you back here on this side just to make sure, okay? Okay, everyone, so I've turned around, I've done my shell, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Row 13, so we have 10 double crochets, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 1 chain, did my shell, we're going to do 1 chain again. And do your shell. So we're going to repeat exactly the same thing on this pineapple. Exactly what we did. And then I'll meet you here. Once you've turned around, do your shell. Or actually, no. I'll meet you here at the end. Okay? Okay, you guys. Going into row 14. Doing my shell. Whoops, of 2 double crochet. Now this shell here, we're going to do the 3 groups of 2 double crochet to create already the 3rd pineapple row. And that's how you increase on your pineapples if you want to go larger and bigger. Once you do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you know that when you're going to decrease now, you need to create your 3 groups. 1 chain. Skip the first. We're starting to decrease again on this pineapple. So we don't do the first, we don't do the last. Do your 1 chain, create your shell. one chain, and again into your next shell. It will change on the next one because we'll be creating the third pineapple in the center here. Well, the row of the 3 pineapples, I should say. Skip the first into the second, and we're going to repeat exactly what we had done here. Don't forget your 3 groups at the end on your last shell. So we will be creating again 3 pineapples on this row, and you know, as much as you want to increase, as soon as you hit that decrease, the first row, this is where you need to add your 3 groups, and that keeps you going because the finishing is going to be the same way for any size that you do. Okay, so create your shell. Your 2 chain and into the next one. So basically we are doing what we did here. And you can always put a marker and check and follow your rows, especially on your increase, creating your increases, okay? Like going up 1 chain. So I've done 2 groups, 2 chain space, and you'll have to do the same thing at the end. So we're not doing the first and we're not doing the last double crochet. One chain and create your shells. One chain and again. Two, 4, 6. And just repeat the same thing as we did with this one here. Okay. Okay, you guys. So going into row 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Going into row 16. Again, doing your walk with slip stitch, saying go to chain, create your shell. One chain. I'm doing those 2 double crochets, the foundation of the pineapple, exactly how we have here or here. One chain, create your shell, and you'll do exactly the same thing on the other side. Decrease, skip the first double crochet and the last. Big shout out to my beautiful queens in my group. Oops, I don't know what I was thinking. It's a decrease, not an increase. So one chain and then do your shell. Here in this, we're going to do one chain. Here in the center, we're going to create the foundation of the second pineapple on this row. One chain and do your shell. One chain and decrease. We're going to repeat exactly the same thing on this side as we did on this side. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. So I've turned around, I've done my shell, my one chain, and I'm going to start my increase for the pineapples, okay, or the first pineapple here on this row. So remember, your increase is always one inside of the chain and one at the end. Do your shell, one chain, and your last two on this pineapple here, same way as we started. One chain, create your shell, one chain, and increase. Okay, everyone, finish row 17, going to row 18. We'll do the same thing, the shell, the increase, the shell, and then I'll meet you here at the shell. So we're going to do exactly the same thing as we did here. One chain, and coming into the next shell with shell, and then do your increases like we've been doing. One chain, increase, so we're coming in where we have that one chain space. And then repeat the same thing as we've done on the other ones, the same thing, just increasing. Do your shell. And your one chain space. I'll meet you around the corner, the beginning of row 19. Just repeat here what we've done here. So this is the beginning of row 19. We're going to do the shell. We're going to do the increase, shell, one chain. So we're basically repeating what we've done here with one chain until we have the 5 rows, and then it's going to change. So we need 2 more. So continue to do the exact same thing with the increases, and I'll meet you after, so this is 19 on row 21. Okay, so it's just a repeat now. Okay, everyone, so going into row 21, and this is where I want to explain to you, if you wanted to go wider and create 4 pineapples, so here is where you do your 3 groups, because we're going to start to decrease. So after you do each time your 5 rows on the pineapple, which is the 10 double crochets, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, actually, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Let me just confirm, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, so you would do exactly as we did here. You could always put a marker and see in order not to lose yourself, okay? But because I'm doing a smaller one, I'm not going to do those groups. So we skip the first double crochet, of course, and continue on. This is a perfect color now for autumn, for Halloween, things like that, right? So decreasing, doing your shell here, and then we're going to create a foundation for the 2 pineapples. So we're decreasing on pineapples also, one chain. I'm coming in the center here and doing my 2 double crochets. That's the first foundation of the pineapples, exactly how we have here. So all you had to do was just follow through here. One chain, continue to do your shell, and then your decrease on the pineapples. Okay, so skip the first into the second. And then continue on. We're also going to do the 2 double crochets like here on this side, because we're decreasing now to 2 pineapples. Okay, everyone, so I've done my 2 double crochets for the second pineapple. We have the first one here and then the second, so it would be like these 2 here, and then 1 chain, and then your decrease again. So continue that, and I'll meet you at the beginning of the next row, just to make sure that we are on the same row. Okay, so we're at the beginning of row 22. Did my shell, 1 chain, skip the first, so exactly what we've been doing, just decreasing now here. One chain, and of course we'll be increasing where we created those 2 double crochets for the pineapples. 1 chain and start your increase. One chain and continue again the same way. Your shell, and then your decrease. One chain, continue your shell, and your increase again on your second pineapple. And repeat the same thing. Okay, so I'll meet you at the beginning of row 23. Okay, everyone, so row 23, we have 4 double crochets. Then we continue the increase on the pineapples here. Doing the shell. And the decrease. So, remembering that when you're creating this pattern, you can go as wide as you want, like I had mentioned to you, by doing the 3. All you have to do, the 3 groups of 2 double crochet, all you have to do is put a little pin or marker or thread, different colored thread. And also you start with 1, 2, 3. Then you can go back down 2 and then go back up 3 and then 2 and then 3 and so on. So you can do it that way also. and you'll have length without being so wide. Okay, so basically increase, decrease, and then I'll meet you at the end or the beginning of the next row, which is 25, I believe. So I had called out for 25, but it's row 24. Okay, so we're going to complete the 2 double crochets, finish up this pattern, and continue to do your increase on the pineapple. So we're closing both ends and we're increasing, or actually we're closing all 3, but we're increasing on here. I think I might have called earlier in one of the rows that your middle piece is 9 double crochets. It's not, it's 10 double crochets. I might have made a mistake counting, or probably made a mistake by not doing one, because the increase is always by 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then 8, 6, 4, and 2. But mistakes are common to happen. I mean, we're not perfect, right? So just doing my shell. Okay, and then your 2, we're closing the 3 pineapples out and increasing our 2 pineapples. Okay, so I'll meet you in the next row, which should be now row 25, the next one. Okay, you guys, so row 25, we're going to do the shell, 2 chain, come into the next one. So I don't want a big gap here. So in order not to have a big gap, I'm probably going to do only a 1 chain and do my shell. I think that's better with 1 chain only. 1 chain, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on the last row here of the 10 double crochet pineapple, and then we start decreasing. One chain and into the next one. Okay, so continue your increase, and here do your 1 chain and shell with shell, exactly how we did here. I'll meet you at the beginning of row 26. So coming into row 26, I did my single, my 2 chain, doing my shell. One chain I'm jumping completely this shell here, and I'm going to my decrease. Okay. Or actually, we can do only 2. Makes it easier to jump better. 2 double crochet only. And then do your decrease. Okay, 1 chain. We're hitting that center there. So we're going to do the 1 chain that we have done down here. Do your shell. One chain and your shell. And your decrease. And again, we'll do the 2 double crochets here and shell exactly how we did here. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. So I'm arriving where we had done the 2 double crochets. I'm gonna come directly and do my shell. Turn around. And again, do your shell. One chain. And your decrease. So we just jumped to the decrease. One chain. Do your shell again and repeat the same thing as we've done on here on this side. So now we're just decreasing our pineapples. So I've done exactly the same thing. I've jumped, and now just repeat your shell. One chain, skip your first, we're decreasing. And we're not doing the last. One chain, and again, your shell. And repeat the decrease again, okay? And then do your shell at the end. So I'll meet you on the other side. Okay, guys, so I'm down to 2. 1 chain. In here, we're going to start the foundation for the next pineapple, which is the one left. We started with 1, so we'll finish with 1. And this is on any sides you're doing, you will do the same way. So 2, and your shell. I think that's looking pretty good. So now basically we started this foundation here for the one like we have here. Okay. So we have to start closing these ones in. Do your shell like we did here. Okay, so we've closed here the same way we did 2. So we're just basically doing the same thing to close those 2 out. 1 chain, do your increase. On your pineapple. Go directly into the next shell, your last shell. Turn around. Do your shell exactly how we did the other one to cut in. So we're going to do the shell. Two double crochet, so no chain. 1 chain here, do your increase. Okay, and repeat the same thing. One chain, your shell, not shell, your 2 double crochet, and then your shell directly like we did here. So I've turned around, done my shell. I'm going to do my 1 chain, and guess I forgot to increase here, didn't I? I did. Sometimes, you know, I get ahead of my game. I have to do my increase, of course. Your 2 double crochet, go directly through your shell. I'll show you in a second. So it's the same thing as this. We're just cutting through. Doing my shell. Okay. And increase 1 chain and increase. So we got to do those 5 rows of increase where you have 10 double crochets and then decrease. Okay. And now just continue. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have one more row to do your 10 double crochets, and then your decrease until we meet, till we complete the 2 double crochets. So I'll meet you at the end of that. Okay. Okay, everyone. So I've done my last 2. Now we're going to close in the same way as we started with these 4 groups of 2. The only difference is we're going to do incomplete. Okay, so going to do the walk to the center and do single 2 chain. That's my first double crochet. I'm going to do incomplete. I'm going to come in the center here and do incomplete. And again, so I have my 2 incomplete into the next one. 2 incomplete. So that would be like the halves double crochet, let's say. So we're incomplete. So now I have my 4 groups, 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 double crochets, and now we're going to close it all together so we can have the same effect as we did here at the beginning when we did the magic circle. Okay, then you would just close in, and your little pineapple doily is pretty much done. Like I said, you could have continued and done 2 and then 3, 3 and then 2 and then 3, and then you could have finished whatever size you want with the 1 afterwards. Well, it's a very small one. It's a very for a tiny place. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had fun doing it, of course. You can see, like I mentioned to you before, I made some mistakes on this one as I was creating. But still, I mean, whatever way you do it, it looks beautiful. And you can do the tassels by doing a bunch, you know, little strings, same size, back and forth. And then you can just tie it on here and you have beautiful little strings going on there. Okay, so thank you, everyone. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed this little fast creation of mine, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Goodbye, everyone.